Okay, so we have Cresselia now. That's one roaming legendary down. Akira's still up front, right? Yeah, so who's next? Let's find out, I guess. Let's find out who's next here. What were we just talking about? We were talking about freaking the multiple versions in Poke. Oh yeah, the train of thought that I was going down, I'm remembering now. I was talking about how, like, the games would lead into something that explains, like, the next main legendary. So with Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, for example, you would play Ruby or Sapphire, and it's like, whoa, what's this Rayquaza, or whatever the heck? What is that thing? And then Emerald came out, and it explained it, and it was like, oh, that's what it is. That's crazy. That's cool. Or, like, Diamond and Pearl. I heard in elementary school that you could go to this, one cave, and Giratina would be there, and I'd be like, whoa, what the heck is Giratina? And I didn't know for a long time, until Platinum came out, and it's like, oh, that's what Giratina is. And it's like, it explained it. But again, I think the best example of that is Black 2, White 2, because it was an actual sequel instead of just like an enhanced third version. So it's like, whoa, what's Kyurem? What is this strange, like, ice dragon thing here? And then Black 2, White 2 comes out, and it's like, oh, it's like the husk of the legendary Pokemon that split and whatnot. It's the kind of leftover kind of thing, and they can still fuse back together, just not into like the full Great Dragon, but Kyurem can have either Zekram? Yep, that's what I wanted to say. Zekrom or Reshiram. Yeah, the combination, but that's what the original's dragon name. Nobody knows what the original dragon looked like or what its name was. We figured it out. It's Zekram. That's what it is, totally. I feel like the Pokemon series should have like more sequels instead of like enhanced third versions. Why can't we have more cases of like Black 2, White 2? Black 2, White 2 was really cool how it was an actual sequel and whatnot taking place 2 years later. And with like new areas and stuff, new parts of the region to explore, and the wild Pokemon that you find being completely different. My goodness, they are not coming over here. But by the time that we got to X and Y, it was like, okay, here's Xerneas and Yveltal that are like the main kind of plot point here, and I understand them. But what's Zygarde? This one Pokemon in this cave here that's not really explained. What is this thing? And you figured that it was going to be a situation like Rayquaza, like Giratina, like Kyurem, where it's like another title's gonna come out and it's gonna explain it. And, you know, then I'll be like, oh, that's what Zygarde is. And then there was a Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I was like, okay, so the next game is gonna be the one that, hey, look, Moltres. It's like the next game is gonna be the one that explains it. The next one's gonna be about Zygarde. It's gonna be like Z version or Z version if you want to be like extra Canadian, as I'm apparently not. And then it never happened, and Sun and Moon came out, and it was like, oh, is Sun and Moon going to explain Zygarde? And it was like, nope. And then Ultra Sun and Moon came out, and it was like, okay, is Ultra Sun and Moon gonna explain Zygarde? And Ultra Sun and Moon was like, sort of? Here's a Zygarde that you just get handed by like some random scientist dudes from another dimension. You go around the world and collect Zygarde cells to make Zygarde stronger. That's all you gotta know. That's all you gotta know. There's nothing else. There's nothing else about that. So, we had that with, that, and then we also had, like, whatever the heck, Necrozma in Sun and Moon that I guess was explained in Ultra Sun and Moon. And now with Sword and Shield with Eternatus, and Eternatus's third kind of form there with a giant hand in the sky, I have a feeling that, like, what if Eternatus is never explained either? Because, you know, in Sword and Shield, there's no way to make it the giant hand in the sky version, and it hasn't been explained yet, and probably won't be, and, that's almost certainly not going to happen in Brilliant Diamond, Shine, Pearl. They're all going to have roosts. This sucks. Hello, Cedo. How are you doing today? Zygarde was probably the biggest missed opportunity for Nintendo, or for, like, Pokemon in general there. Imagine if there was, like, a X and Y sequel. Imagine if there was a Z version, but it was once again like a sequel, like Black 2 or White 2. How cool that would have been. Pokemon really needs more sequels. If they really want to keep on releasing like similar games to what they've already released, have it be sequels. Have it absolutely be sequels. Like Black and White 2 was a really cool situation, and the series really needs to see more of that. But yeah, wait, the Zygarde cells were in the original Sun and Moon? I thought it was only the Ultra games. Were they actually? Huh, well, I'm getting mixed up here. But yeah, let's just see here. Because making sequels costs effort and the games sell anyway. Yeah, there's that. We don't have a follow age command, but if you want me to tell you, if I click your profile here, Master PPV, the answer is the 24th of January, 2020, apparently. But yeah, let's just see here. Let's do some more flies and whatnot. If you recall correctly, Game Freak did want to do an enhanced version of Sword and Shield, but they switched their focus to DLC. And I mean, at least in my opinion, at least DLC is better than freaking releasing a whole nother game. Actually, from a price standpoint, it doesn't actually make any difference if you own both versions like Sword and Shield like I did, because again, you have to pay for the DLC for each game because it's listed in the eShop separately, because again, the two versions was, oh come on, originally made so that, you know, to encourage people coming together and cooperation and whatnot. But GameFreak has absolutely taken advantage of knowing that there are people out there that will get both versions, you know. Has absolutely taken advantage of that. We see that with the DLC literally being separate things to buy in the eShop. So yeah, there's that. There's that. So will we, oh crap, will we ever have Eternatus explained, or is it just gonna be like a thing like Zygarde where they shoehorn it in like a weird way in some future game and it's never even properly explained? Like, Zygarde absolutely was such a missed opportunity. Absolutely. It seemed like there was probably such big plans for Zygarde, and we see like big plans coming through with Pokemon like Rayquaza, like Giratina, like Kyurem coming through and being a main focus. But Zygarde never got that. They were like, nah, let's just bum rush to like the next generation and next titles. And I don't like that. I'm not exactly a fan. But it is what it is, I suppose. Wild Moltres became confused. Wild Moltres is confused. There we go. Nice, nice. I think Eternatus was meant to be explained, but the plans were scrapped in favor of DLC and new lore. What if Eternatus was just explained in the DLC? I've seen what's happening in 3 days in Discord there, Kraken, with the whole countdown that you've been doing for like 10 or something days, something like that. I'm using a Pokeball. I guess I'll just like cross my fingers that that it goes in here. Come on, hurt yourself with confusion. Yes, come on. Okay, you should probably snap out of confusion now. Probably might not be a bad idea if you snap out of confusion, or you just go in the Pokeball. That might be even better. But yeah, if people also did not know that you identify as Villagerpot, well, I identify as a long-haired weirdo. Please hang on. Now, if only you didn't have Roost and you snap out of confusion like right now. That would be great. Have you hurt yourself with confusion one more time? Come on, snap out of it. Uh-oh. Don't hurt yourself with confusion. Yeah, explaining Eternatus isn't DLC. Why do that when you have new lore coming out of nowhere? Why do that when we can have like a whole nother game that shoehorns it in and is a selling point for that? I guess we're not getting Moltres this time. Yeah, that was it was a little bit whack, unfortunately. It was big unfortunate. Anyway, how are you doing today, Cito? Oh, by the way, Cito, I was talking about Creators Collide a little bit earlier this session about how the set. Hey, look, there's Zapdos. About how the one that's coming out this week is Snivy's episode. I'm mostly done editing our Phasmophobia session that we did together. It's like in its final stages here, and it seemed like a wacky time. I know that you also. I always like to try to. In each of the episodes that I do, I always like to try to factor in music that has something to do with the person in question. So for like remixers that I've gone with, I always put in like a whole bunch of their remixes or music that they like. Oh, dang, I forgot to freaking mean look. Oh, gosh, darn it. I forgot. I actually forgot. But in your case, I tried to put in a decent handful of Persona music, which is maybe not the most fitting with Phasmophobia, but hey, whatever. Is whatever. So there's that. But yeah, doing well. Playing League at the moment. Nice, nice. Have you played any of Pokemon Unite? I know that during our Phasmo session there, we briefly talked about Pokemon Unite being a thing that came out. Have you since ever tried Pokemon Unite? It's a weird game. Love that. Nice, nice. Listen to literally almost every OST. Everyone. Look, it's the legendary Bidoof. Look at that. It's the legendary Bidoof. We gotta catch it. We gotta do it. Bidoof! Come join us. Join us. The greatest of the legendary Pokemon. Yes! We got the legendary Bidoof. My goodness. But yeah, there's a lot of good OSTs out there for sure. I wound up, I've gone through like the Persona 5 soundtrack before. and enjoyed that. I've never played a Persona game before, but since the most recent Persona thing, as far as I'm aware, is Persona 5 Strikers. For the sake of that Creators Collide video, I wound up going through a whole bunch of the Persona 5 Strikers OST. What the heck kind of thing do I name you? How about, I don't know what to name you. Do we have enough space? Sure. Bidoof is going to be Agent Bead. Bidoof, Agent Bead, on the case. Oh, here. Alright, whatever legendary Pokemon was over here, they freaking skedaddle. Let's save so that if I reset, I don't lose Agent Bead. Best OST is Fortnite. Oh, man. I used to, have I mentioned before that I was a day one Fortnite player, like literally right as the game released? Have I mentioned that on this I know I've mentioned it on the channel before, but yeah. The two Creators Collide with Village would probably be very hard to list what songs that would be in the background. Usually for like everything else that I fill in, I usually just fill in like other music that I enjoy. Like a lot of the music in that video was like a whole bunch of like chill Pokemon remixes by remixers that I enjoy. Some of the remixers even being ones that have had their own freaking Creators Collide thingamabobs and whatnot. But yeah, I also love the Strikers soundtrack. Also haven't tried Unite, but you've seen some things. Well, if you ever, I know that Carvia nerd, one of the mods around here, is a crazy League player, and now he's been getting into Pokemon Unite and is trying to get to Masters, and he's been desperately looking for some other people good at the game to help carry him all the way to Masters. He came during Super Metroid the other day. It was funny, when I first mentioned to him that Pokemon Unite released and it could be downloaded, he was like, yeah, I don't think I'll be downloading it. I saw some gameplay and it really doesn't seem like it's the kind of game for me. Then during my Super Metroid stream, he comes in like, Harmonia, please help carry me to Masters. I can't play with these randos. Like, what a shift. It was kind of funny, but yeah. I mean, it also depends what rank you are, Mortis, in Pokemon Unite. Like, I'm great rank, and he's in Carvia's in like Ultra right now, and apparently I can't play with him in ranked because of the difference in rank, I guess. So it depends what your rank is there. But I can't words. It depends what your rank is there, Mortis. But yeah, so you absolutely love the Striker soundtrack. Also haven't tried Unite, but you've seen some things. I've never played a MOBA game before Pokemon Unite. It seems alright, but I don't know, probably not the kind of thing that I'd like really get into for a long time. Anyway, when it comes to haven't played ranked in ages, sounds about right for a MOBA. Sounds about right. Let's go ahead and use Confuse Ray here. Still like beginner. Yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to match together then. Anyway, when it comes to Fortnite, I was literally a day one Fortnite player, like right when it released, before the Battle Royale was even conceived for that game. Because before the Battle Royale was the whole main thing of Fortnite, there was the PvE. It was a tower defense cooperative kind of game where you know, build forts, defend them against zombie dudos, and that's what people now know as like the save the world mode that like barely anybody plays nowadays or something like that. But my cousin was really hyped for Fortnite before it came out. Whoa! So I won't want to do one of those again. He was really hyped for Fortnite, so I'm just gonna save state here. I haven't even loaded a single state yet, but he wound up getting this like crazy ultimate edition of Fortnite that cost him like $300 or something stupid that I can't imagine paying for a video game, even though that's basically what I've paid for Pokemon Sword and Shield when you factor in Sword and Shield together, and DLC for both, and Nintendo Switch Online, and Pokemon Home. But apart from freaking the way that Pokemon is nowadays, I can't imagine paying $300 for a video game. I can't imagine doing it. But this like ultimate edition that he got came with like 4 extra standard copies of the game to give to like friends and stuff. So he gave me one of his standard copies. And so I wound up hopping into Fortnite and playing with him and his friends. And honestly, it was really fun. I really miss playing like the PvE stuff there, because I love tower defense stuff. It was like a tower defense game combined with like shooter, combined with Minecraft, combined with like the building and crafting in a way of Minecraft, except it's just like you get schematics for various weapons. All your weapons had, it was interesting. Your weapons had durability and would break, but you would get like weapon schematics that you keep forever, that you can use like materials to build that weapon over and over again. You can upgrade your schematics to make better and better versions of that weapon. So because you'd be playing with others and they'd have different weapon schematics, it could be like, oh, this person has this really good shotgun. Can I give you these materials and you craft it for me? And then you hand it to me and it's like, sure thing. And then you cooperate in that way. It was kind of like the multiple different versions of Pokemon where there's like people getting different Pokemon and being able to trade it to one another. Except it was different weapon schematics where it's like, okay, my best weapon that I have is this really cool pistol schematic that I have. So maybe I can make a bunch of those and give them to my friends and stuff like that. And it was honestly really, really cool. And it was really satisfying. I really enjoyed the old days of playing Fortnite. But as we wound up progressing in the maps bit by bit, as the months went on, it started getting more and more grindy, and we started kind of drifting away from it a little bit and not playing with one another as much, and the maps started getting harder and whatnot. And eventually, sometime maybe about a month and a half to 2 months ish after we stopped playing much at all, my cousin and his friends there, the Battle Royale released, and it was like, oh, there's this new mode in Fortnite that just released, and I hopped into it and tried it out, and I was like, this is boring. Why would anybody want to play this? And then it became what it is today. Then it became the insanely, massively popular thing that it is today. But yeah, so technically for all those, and I haven't really played Fortnite since then. Like, apparently the PvE is still its own, like, separate game mode, the Save the World mode, which is now the tiny little side thing that Fortnite has, instead of, like, the only game that there is anymore. I don't know what's going on in there anymore. It's been, like, years at this point, so, people have told me that a lot of stuff has changed since then. I don't know if it's the kind of thing that I could get into anymore. But man, I miss the old days back when Fortnite like first came out, because that was a hell of fun. And technically, my Epic Games account, my copy of Fortnite on my Epic Games account is a copy of the game with like all the founders stuff for being a day one player. So considering how popular Fortnite is nowadays, it sometimes makes me wonder if my account will be worth anything if I tried to like sell it off or something like that to somebody who wanted like the exclusive founders stuff that you only get by playing like day one, or maybe it was like by pre-ordering it or something like that, because I technically had like this ultimate edition extra copy that was like pre-ordered for my cousin with all the extra copies that came with that. But yeah, I do wonder if my account will be worth anything. I don't think I'd have any plans of like selling it off or anything like that, but I am curious. I am definitely curious. I miss playing that. It was a fun time. And like, it's funny, my another cousin's kids. So my cousin that I played Fortnite with, his nephews, because it's his brother's kids, or his nephew, sorry, started playing Fortnite. He's like a young kiddo and whatnot, and he's played Fortnite a decent bit. And it's funny, at family gatherings, after he found out that me and my cousin used to play Fortnite back when it first came out, he'd ask us like, oh, would you guys ever play like Fortnite with me? And we both just look at each other and we go, no, we're not playing Fortnite again. We used to have so much fun playing Fortnite with each other nowadays, but or back in the day. But nowadays when we're asked about it, it's just like, nope, we're not playing Fortnite. No, thank you. Let's not touch that with you know, couple meter long pole or whatever the heck the saying is. I have no idea what the saying is. I have not a clue. Do you want to get in this Pokeball already, Mesprit, so I can stop rambling about Fortnite? But yeah, so there's that whole situation essentially. Oh no, the Pokemon broke free. Use Charm. But yeah, so there's that. There's the stuff with Fortnite. But yeah, I miss playing that back in the day. That was like some of the most fun that I had in that kind of video game in a long time. That kind of video game where it's not like a linear single player kind of, you know, start to end story kind of thing. The kind of game where it's a multiplayer, just go into levels together from time to time kind of thing. That kind of format. That was probably like the most fun I'd had with that kind of game. Like maybe ever. Like it was really fun and I miss it. And my goodness, what Fortnite is nowadays is something very, very different, I must say. Again, apparently that PvE is still like a thing, but I don't know about it, man. Let's go ahead and throw that Pokeball over there. Come on, Mesprit, get in the standard Pokeball, please. I'm curious about something that I might just test out here. If you save state and then you throw a Pokeball, is it going to be like the same result every time? You can even up the speed here a little bit, 1.5 times. Shake. So that was one shake. And then if I load state, like, is it gonna be one of those games that's just like, if I load that state and then I throw it again, is it always gonna be like one shake on that turn? Does the RNG work like that? That was one shake again. So it seems like I wouldn't just be able to like load state into the past, throwing Pokeballs over and over again. Yeah, it is that kind of RNG. It is that kind of thing, it seems like, unfortunately. So I can't just jank it over by loading states again over and over, because it seems like it's going to be the same result every time on that specific turn. Such big saddening. Yeah, my attack won't go any lower here. So stop trying to lower it with charm stuff. You're so rude. We got some Pokemon Black and White music out here, some Lacunosa Town. Perdish, nice and chill. Yeah, I'm kind of glad for deciding to mute the game and just put on the summer stream playlist. It's way more chill here, you know? It's way more chill. So it seems like if I really do want to retry, I'm gonna have to actually straight up load my previous save, is the case. Unfortunately. What happens if you have like a roaming legendary that runs out of moves and you save right after it runs out of moves and then it just immediately takes itself out every time? That would be like a pretty bad situation to be in. Is that possible? Or do the roaming legendaries get their moves back after each like time that they escape or something like that to prevent that? That would be the smart thing, but knowing Pokemon, it's probably not even gonna be like that. Probably not gonna be like that. But yeah, sorry you haven't chatted much. You're just chilling and working. Don't worry about that. Lurks are very much I mean, what am I talking about? Lurking is not allowed. How dare people enjoy content that I'm making without expressly going out of their way to become part of the conversation stuff? Unbelievable. Such a, yeah, look at Carvia trying to lurk there. Access denied. It is an it is an unforgivable, heinous act derived from pure evil. Or something. Swift, ow, how dare you hit me with the stars there? What an evil, awful act. Who dares? Who dares enjoy content without freaking, I don't even know what the heck I'm saying anymore. How dare people even enjoy my content in the first place? I'm just some boosted nerd playing video games and sucking at throwing Pokeballs at this Mesprit. So who dares even enjoy my my content in the first place? It's not allowed. It's not allowed. The fact that anyone's here at all is blasphemous. Hello, Montari, arriving at a very very interesting time as when it comes to current conversations. Excuse me, Harmonia. No, there's no lurking to be had. But hey, found you over here in PMTTX video. It was really good, man. I'm glad you enjoyed that. That's one of my older videos nowadays. And like, if I'd go back and change it, I would change so many things about it. But hey, maybe we'll, maybe there'll be future PMD video essays in the future. I mean, there's the one on Rescue Team DX. There was the series on Rescue Team DX, but man, there'd be so much that I'd change about the one on the freaking PMD series. Maybe I'll go back and remaster that video one of these days. That could be cool. I never even had that thought until just now randomly. That would actually be like a really fun video to like make from the ground up again or something like that, and factor in like Rescue Team DX into it. But I mean, the main part of that that video there was talking about Rescue Team DX coming out. What I'd change about, the biggest thing I would change about it would be like my talking about Gates to Infinity. I probably actually, like, because it's been a long time since I played Gates to Infinity. So like I spoke about it in that video just like off my rough knowledge from like what I roughly remember, and it had like the tiniest section. I really glossed over it. I feel like it would be much better having like its own dedicated section, like really analyzing things and being like, okay, here's what it did right, here's where it went wrong, here's why it was controversial, instead of like a, you know, couple minute thing of glossing over it where it's like, okay, this one was a mixed bag, let's move on to the next game, is basically what it was. And freaking Gates to Infinity is the only Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game that I haven't played on this this channel yet. I should rectify that one of these days and actually cover Gates to Infinity and then have some stuff to work with there, is what I could absolutely do. And also like improved mic quality and freaking better audio leveling and stuff like that that I've that is much better nowadays than it was back then. But yeah, I went to look at your cat because there were other cats fighting outside to see if he's okay. Me, your active chat. Guess you'll get banned now. Guess, yep. Can't believe you were gone for like a brief moment. Guess you're just gone. I think it's about time that we permaban that Carvia nerd again. How many times have I permanently banned Carvia from this channel? Let's find out. The answer is 30. I've banned him 35 times and timed him out 5, apparently. Way more bans than timeouts. My goodness. Yep. Carvey has literally been permanently banned from the channel 35 times, according to that thingamabob. It's funny, the max that you can hit is 99. So, like, in theory, he'll hit that number eventually. Because once you hit, like, 99 permanent bans in a channel, it just stops increasing. Because Twitch is like, why would anybody be permanently banned, like, into the triple digits? So I've seen that happen in some other similarly memey channels, but, you know, maybe he'll reach the cap of 99 one day, in which case the number is going to stop going up. You can't go past 99. But yeah, honestly, Harmonia, belief in moderation. You must type a message every 2 minutes, has to be a unique message. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. But yeah, Mesprit is being a freaking Devo here. I'm tempted to, you know what, I think I'm gonna do a big brain play. I'm going to flee so that, because I am actually genuinely worried about Mesprit running out of move uses. Because Mesprit is in actually a really good position for catching, being in the red of HP and being paralyzed. And if Mesprit runs out of move uses, then I'm screwed. Mesprit just uses struggle, and then I'm literally screwed. So, like, I may as well run away so I can get a save while Mesprit is at that, like, HP and paralysis, because I might not be able to as easily get that in the future. Like, may as well do it while Mesprit still has move uses. So that's my big brain play. So we might not even be going after Mesprit this time, but that's my big brain play there, essentially. To get the save, since we've established that, you know, save state is not going to work for, stuff there. For throwing stuff. Hey, look, here's Moltres again. Maybe we're going after Moltres right now. Maybe. But yeah, that's my plan. Maybe the move uses come back after each battle. That would be the smart thing, considering roaming legendaries. But knowing Pokemon and jank and stuff, it's probably not gonna be programmed that way, if I had to guess. Most likely not. Get confused there, Moltres. Get real confused. Hurt yourself with confusion, yes. Then we go ahead and fly. But yeah, maybe I should do that with some of the other legendaries as well. It's like the whole cooking show thing that we were joking about at the beginning of this whole session, where it's like, yeah, we just prepared that ahead of time. Or whoa, cool. Snapped out confusion. Okay, I will save state before certain moves, just in case they wind up killing. That's what I will do. Save to slot 1. Oh, that's pretty good. Maybe I should do that for, like, the roaming legendaries in general here. Like, flee using the smoke ball. And then look at that. So now Mesprit and Moltres are in, like, a very good freaking zone for catching them. I think Articuno is in a not half bad position as well, I think. And Zapdos we haven't done, like, anything to yet, I don't think. I don't believe. My goodness, we hope to see you again. Alright, yeah, that's the plan there. Time to keep going back and forth here until some nerd appears there. Come on. Come on. Get on this route. You fools. Run, you fools. Except they're always running. Who thought roaming legendaries was a good idea? I would just ask it right now. Who thought this was a good, fun idea? Fun for the whole family. Roaming legendaries. And having all the icons on the map being the exact same as well. I hate this. Ah! But yeah, it was all your idea all along. Do I need to rack up 35 permabans for you, just like that Carvia nerd? Maybe Montari. Okay, boopity bop. Look, there's Mesprit in the good position. It was just like the cooking show. We had it prepared ahead of time. Boopity bop. All right, throw that Pokeball. We started at like 300-ish Pokeballs. We've used 60 at this point. Wait, I forgot to use Mean Look. Gosh darn it. I forgot to use Mean Look. Whoops. That was a mistake there. Anyone want to come on this road over? Here we go. Use Mean Look is what I gotta do. That is the 5th legendary bird. Is what that totally is right there. But this one I think I'm going to pass up. Methinks. Yeah, I feel like it's only after you play this game at higher speeds, like the 1.5 that we're running right now, that you realize how slow this game really is. My goodness. Stop! But yeah, why do you want them in Pokeballs? Because freaking, you catch them in anything that has like a better catch rate, like an Ultra Ball, then that's like a permanent blemish on that Pokemon. Like, it's always going to be sent out in that Pokeball. So it's like a permanent mark of like, you couldn't catch this in Standard, is the thing. you couldn't catch this in the thing that was like the harder catch rate, or you catch something like a Master Ball and it's like you had to use your Master Ball to catch this thing. It's always going to be sent out on that as like a permanent mark of shame until the end of time. Like a Cure is in a Dusk Ball because it's like fitting there. I will use either standard Pokeballs, something that's cool like a Premier Ball, or I will use Pokeballs that match a Pokemon's colors or like its theming, like the bat here being sent out in a Dusk Ball. I'm okay with that. Like catching a Cure here, I was all right sending out a Dusk Ball because it's like, okay, this is fitting for the bat. So either it matches with the colors, it matches with the theme of the Pokemon, or I forgot to use Mean Look again. Otherwise, it's just standard. I always catch all my legendaries and every Pokemon in standard, because then just like look at all the Pokemon that I caught. Every single one, or almost every single one, is gonna be in a standard. It's like, look at that. That crazy mad lad did it. He caught them all in a standard. Heck, when freaking Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon came out, I started trying to catch some Pokemon out in the world in Beast Balls, because it was an even lower catch rate than standard Pokeballs on normal Pokemon. So it could become like even more of like a trophy, you know, when it's in a Beast Ball. In Sword and Shield, in Dynamax Adventures, hey look, there's Zapdos that could use a little bit of whittling down. In Sword and Shield, in things like Dynamax Adventures, or if you do a raid den on your own in Sword and Shield with 3 NPCs, then the catch rate for the Pokemon that you're trying to catch is 100%. So in my Sword and Shield playthrough, there was a Gigantamax Charizard that I wound up catching in a Beast Ball, because that's gonna be like the lowest catch rate, and then that Beast Ball is like it's like a trophy, you know, the lowest catch rate Pokeball catching the Charizard. Oh, come on, even though, you know, it was gonna be 100% catch rate in that situation, but still like a cool trophy, you know. So it's like, it's bragging rights slash a weird trophy kind of situation is basically what it is. Oh, I'm a little bit worried about using Sludge Bomb from here, so I guess I won't. Because I'm actually a little bit afeared at this present moment. So that's why. That's why. Trust me, if Pokemon Platinum had Beast Balls and there was an easy way for me to get like a bazillion of them, even if there wasn't an easy way to get a bazillion of them, like I know that you get them in like very limited quantities and, you know, Sword, Shield, Sun and Moon, stuff like that. If it was a situation like that where you could only get like limited quantities, I'd probably just like use an action replay code in Platinum here to get 999 Beast Balls and just try to catch these legendaries and Beast Balls over and over and over again until I got it. That honestly sounds like something that I do. But yeah, this is my hair here. So I'm definitely a long-haired weirdo, you could say. My goodness, Zapdos color scheme fits. This is true, but at this point, I'm catching all the other roaming legendaries in a standard Pokeball, so I can't have Zapdos be the one that's different. If I was going out of my way to like collect Pokeballs that are matching for the colors of like all these legendaries, then I'd totally catch Zapdos in an Ultra Ball to match the colors. But it's I can't have Zapdos be the one different one here compared to the other legendary birds. It's gotta be part of a matching set, you know? It's gotta absolutely be part of a matching set. Are you still confused? I forget. Okay, you are still confused. There we go. Nice. All right, keep on throwing these standards. I might even up the emulation speed even more. I'm kind of tempted. Darn you, Zapdos. Darn you. Snapped out of confusion. Okay, that's probably a good place for you to be snapping out of confusion. It's probably a good place for that. End cosplay comes in. I've already worn the end cosplay on this channel for various playthroughs. Whenever usually on most of the charity events that we've done for this channel, I've donned the end cosplay. Typically. Like if you look up the 24-hour charity stream 1, 2, and probably 3, I'm fairly certain I wore the end cosplay during those. I don't think I did during the most recent charity stream 4. Darn you, Zapdos! Gosh darn you. Maybe I should just get him into that red zone and then fleece that, you know, he can be at that range before roosting. And gosh darn you. Bet you just have the matching sets for them to not be in Pokeballs at all. Just Ultra Ball everyone or something. Hold on, let's Sludge Bomb you. Oh my goodness, this sucks. Oh, this sucks. A little bit. Oh, noes. Let's go ahead and keep on Sludge Bombing you, I guess. Here's the charge. He's charging up his laser. Again, charging power. So he's gonna be taking less damage from this. Don't bother catching them? Wait, but you just said that you have matching sets for them to not be in Pokeballs at all. Like it's a matching set, they just exist in the world and you don't bother catching them. That's all you meant. This is painful. What the hell? I might even like reload save just because of like Zapdos being in a lower health state before and this being a pain to whittle you down more. with my Crobat from there, you know? It being genuinely painful. Alright, come on out, friends. 4 roaming legendaries to go here. Such pain. Who's this? New phone, who dis? I can remember to mean look you. It's a regular Starly. It's a regular Starly here. My goodness. To think that you literally need to have like a dedicated Pokemon with a mean look to be able to feasibly go after these legendary burbs. Okay, so Moltres is the one that hasn't been like whittled down here really at all yet. So let's get you into a good health range to start chucking Pokeballs at you. I forgot to use a mean look right after I said if I could remember to use mean look this time. I forgot immediately after. I literally just said it. If I can remember to use mean look, and then I immediately use Confuse Ray. I can't believe this. Again, why does anyone watch me? I'm gonna ask again. Oh my goodness. What a time. We hope to see you again. Let's sigh. Here, let's save again now that I'm at full health. And whatnot. Ah! Oh my goodness, such pain. Okay, come on, get over here. Get over here. I might have asked this before, even earlier this playthrough at some point. But anybody ever seen the meme where the dude's at like outside a convention and he's cosplaying as Scorpion and he's going past a police car and the police officer goes on like the car intercom and says, "Get over here." It cracked me up when I saw it. I think it's pretty funny. Yeah, it's my rambling gets me all distracted and stuff, which is I suppose nothing new. Okay, so here's Mesprit. Is at the good range. And unlike those legendary birds, I don't think you can heal. Who thought that freaking roaming legendaries was a good idea in the first place? And then who thought it was a good idea to give 3 of them roost? It's awful. I forgot to freaking mean look it again. Mean look. Mean look. Mean look. Use mean look. It's been a long time since I've dealt with roaming legendaries, okay? Because I haven't been in Pokemon games for a while, and I never really go back to old. Mean look. Mean look. There's no way I forget it this time. So Carver's Pokemon Unite experience, you like that 4-minute clip? Mean look. There we go. Jeez. Goldfish memory. It's what happens when I ramble. There, you can't escape. Now we chuck Pokeballs. You're just gonna have me look, copy, paste, and put in chat every time we run into one of these roaming legendaries, so I stop forgetting. So I stopped forgetting this already. Alright, go ahead and use a Pokeball. We'll get it here. We will get it. Paralyzed, it can't move. Here we go. Loved it. It wasn't a great meme. Well, there's the one shake. Yeah, we're just kind of gonna be here for a while. See more shitposts from me? I have a freaking memes playlist on my channel. I just haven't like had anything to be added to it for a good while. But I do have a whole bunch of like shitposts in the past. Is a thing. You can find the memes playlist, I believe, under other content on the main channel if you go digging for it. I believe. So what is your opinion on the Pokemon called Mean Look? Well, I think Mean Look causes a potential massive problem for our society and should be discontinued immediately. It's a threat to our children. We need to, and it's all about keeping our kids safe, you know? So we don't want it around here. So we will be opposing the upcoming Mean Look bill. I can tell you now. Gonna do everything in our power to prevent that. Oh, it appeared to be caught. Did it? Did it appear to be caught? Ah, I've got allergies to it appearing to be caught, apparently. Get in the Pokeball, Mesprit. My good gracious. Yeah, use Swift. See if I care. See if I care. I do care a little bit, but not too much. But not too much here. My goodness, yeah, this is just gonna be going on like this for a while. I really hope that there isn't struggle incoming. We did save earlier. Maybe not as early as it could have been to prevent that, but we can see what happens. It seems like there are a decent bit of move uses at the beginning of this save, at least if we do have to reload the save if we do get struggle anytime soon, but you know. Lucky Chant. Yep, better do that Lucky Chant. Why can't they always have like things like Lucky Chant instead of like Roost? Because I don't want to crit legendaries anyway. You know? Why can't it always be like that? Alright, go ahead and throw them Pokeballs. Go ahead and throw that. My good gracious, it's not shaking at all. Yeah, fine, do your future sight. See if I care about your future sightings of stuff. Oh, here it doesn't come. Darn you. Alright, throw that Pokeball. Give it a good chuck. Why can't they all just go as easy as Cresselia? The legendary birds are going to be even more annoying because of the stupid roost. Might be reloading a whole bunch of saves with the birds. Is what might wind up happening, honestly. Might well be the case. Go ahead and use that hyper potion. My goodness. Yeah, restore that HP. Yes, stay paralyzed. The more turns that you're paralyzed, the less moves you use. The less damage I take, the less times I need a heal. And the less close you get to struggling. My goodness. Sure, yeah, keep on doing your lucky chant. Keep on doing it. We'll just enjoy this Fred Gred Wind Waker medley right now. I'm fairly certain it is. I can double check that. Yep, indeed it is. Remix from 2008. Definitely one of the oldest remixes we have on this playlist here. Alright, come on. Get in the thing, darn you! Arg, almost had it. Man. Was it really almost had it? Was it real? How many Pokeballs am I gonna burn through in total for these roaming legendaries here, I wonder? How many is it gonna wind up being? Attack harshly fell. I'm surprised that's not at the point where it can't go any lower right now. I guess you haven't used Charm a whole bunch on this this save yet. My freaking arm and fingers are getting tired from just like mashing M1 over and over again. Because that's what this is. It's just like click M1 down in the bottom left corner of the touchscreen over and over again is what gameplay is right now. Isn't this like crazy high skill gaming that we're showcasing on this channel right now? By mashing M1 here? Isn't it crazy? Darn you, Mesprit. Darn you. Use that Swift. See if I care. I do, but not a whole lot. I'm repeating myself now. I know I am, but get in the thing. Darn you, Mesprit. Gosh darn you. Why do you do these things that you do? I don't get it. Take the future sight attack. It's fine. I don't know why that's not like super effective against me. I don't know why the heck not. I is confused. Does the future sight attack itself not have a type to it? Is it not psychic? Did they change that in later generations? Because that should be super effective against me as like a psychic attack. Watch this 10 billion IQ Pokeball throw. I'm so ready for Evo. Where are my sponsors at? Freaking bring me onto a team for Evo. The Pokemon Platinum team. That's what we need to do. Oh my goodness, this is painful. If we ever do wind up covering Heart Gold, like we will eventually be covering Heart Gold Soul Silver on this channel. Once that day comes, and we do this for more roaming legendaries there, it's gonna be pain. But we still have like 4 out of the 5 legendary roaming legendaries here to go, so we've barely even scratched the surface, and oh, it's so much pain. Ah, man. I'm gonna up the speed again. 2 times speed. Screw it, 4 times speed. Screw it, here we go. This is the max that I can put it at. Because I'm getting tired of chucking Pokeballs, quite frankly. Yeah, stay paralyzed. Good, good. 4 times speed. I faintly remember doing this like back in the day. Not 4 times speed, but like doing the roaming legendaries and not having things like extra speed. And just putting up with this all and it being so painful. Way up. Here we go. Here we go. This is quality gameplay. Oh, we got it. Right after the note about quality gameplay. Oh, okay. What the heck is a Mesprit's name gonna be? Pain in the arse? Heck am I gonna call you? Mesprit? Call you Spirit or something like that? That's a name of our Lucario that we already have, so we can't do that. So we can't do that there. So what the heck would I name you here, huh? Wait, what is Mesprit the spirit of? There's like Azelf, that's willpower. Yuxi is knowledge. And Mesprit is what's willpower? Azelf and Yuxi's name? We could just name them after their aspects because Azelf was willpower, Yuxi is knowledge. What the heck is Mesprit? Gosh darn it. Maybe we could name them after those. But like, hold on. Let's see here. Emotion, that's what it is. Is there a word for emotion? Is there a different word for emotion? Name the word, the bird's pain, agony, and suffering. We could absolutely do. The freaking remixer that we're listening to right now, Snivy's Boutique VIP remix. Something that Snivy's told me is that for his Unova is Home remixes, they're all apparently named after like different words for emotion and stuff. But I forget what all of them mean. But hold on. Like Lacunosa Town is called Onysium. He calls freaking Driftfell City Notice Telons. He calls his White Forest Okealism. He has like all these freaking weird names for his remixes, and he was telling me recently that people like to joke that it's Latin. But it's apparently not. I forget what exactly it is, but they are apparently like words for different emotions. Should I look up what these different things mean? Like, what's Onysium? Wait, I wonder if Snivies is on Discord right now. Send him a message. Be like, Snivies, what are your things called? Can I take some names? He's not on Discord right now. He's offline. Gosh darn it. I was straight up actually gonna send him a thingamabob. So Onysium is life limited to a single reality. Let's see here. What's his Okealism? Is there even enough space for that? Is there even enough space for that? What does this mean? So this means oh, the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. That's where he was telling me that it was from. What was the thing? Okealism, the awareness of the smallness of your perspective by which you couldn't possibly draw any meaningful conclusions at all about the world or the past or the complexities of culture. So Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows, that's what he used for a bunch of his remix names. Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. What if we oh my goodness, there's an actual look at this thing. I've never looked through this before. Look at this thing. This is a whoops, I did not want to full screen it there. Wait, huh? How do I flip a page? Huh? The heck? 12 years in the making. Oh, it's just stuff here. Hold on. So this is apparently where Snivy's got a bunch of names for his remixes from. Apparently. Which of the modern world felt as epic as the one depicted in old stories and folktales? Astonished to think back on the bizarre sequence of accidents that brought you where you are? The state of not knowing how you really feel about something. A friendship that can lie dormant for years only to pick right back up instantly as if no time had passed. Feeling the tranquil pleasure of being near a gathering but not quite in it. That's how I feel a lot of the time. Of 118? Oh my goodness, there's Onysium. So that's where he got that from. Especially for being stuck in one body. Altschmerz. That sounds very German there. Altschmerz is what that sounds like, especially with the C there. It's gotta be a German thing. Proud of a scar on your body, scabulas. What are these ads that we're getting here now? A flash over the moment a conversation becomes real and alive. When a spark of trust shorts out the delicate circuits you keep insulated under layers of irony. Continue? Sure. A feature in modern society that suddenly strikes you as absurd and grotesque. The state of exhaustion inspired by an act of senseless violence. The desire to be struck by disaster? Wait. Huh? The tendency to give up trying to talk about an experience because people are unable to relate to it. Hold on. Continue. Is there something that's good about, like, emotion? The desire that memory could flow backward. The fear that everything has oh, these weren't ads. It's like actual, descriptions of these things. The fear that everything has already been done. That's how I feel about content creation stuff. Crudoclasm feels like your life is flashing before your eyes, but it's actually the opposite. You're thinking forward to all the things you haven't done. Meantime, Okealism, there's that thing. Awareness of the smallness of your perspective. So maybe that'd be a good name for Yuxi. I don't know. I don't know. Ambiguous intensity of looking someone in the eye. Oh, there was that name for another one of Snivy's remixes. That was his Driftveil City one. The realization that the plot of your life doesn't make sense to you anymore. That although you thought you were following the arc of the story, you keep finding yourself immersed in passages you don't understand. That don't even seem to belong in the same genre, which requires you to go back and reread the chapters you had originally skimmed to get to the good parts. Only to learn all along that you're supposed to choose your own adventure. This I've seen for a name for another one of his remixers. Desire to care less about things, loosen your grip. Take things chill and go with the flow. Yeah. Desire to care less about things, to loosen your grip on life. Stop glancing behind you every few steps, afraid that someone will snatch it from you before you reach the end zone. Rather to hold your life loosely and playfully, like a volleyball, keeping it in the air, with only quick fleeting interventions. Bouncing freely in the hands of trusted friends, always in play. Maybe that's our name for Mesprit. Maybe that. Hello, Super Hyper. That's a dictionary of obscure sorrows, which I only know about from Snivy's telling me about it. Telling me that that's where he gets the names for a lot of his remixes from. And now I'm all of a sudden looking for Pokemon names. So Liberosis. Sure that. Mesprit can be Liberosis. Sure. So there we go. We got 2 now. 3 more to go, and it's the 3 painful ones that can all heal themselves. Gosh darn it. So we got the 2 easy ones done at this point. Now it's time for the actual difficult ones. Where's my... Oh, this is my tab that I had the remixes on, but wait, which one is playing? This tab right here. This is a Mewmore remix right now. Lake Verity. My goodness. Okay, well, let's see here. Let's go ahead and save. Alright, so we got Luna and Liberosis is who we have so far. I don't know what we're gonna be calling the legendary birds. My goodness. My good gracious. Why is this symbol, like, down off center compared to the other ones down here on the bottom screen? I have no idea. Man, I have not a clue why that is. Okay, well, out we go.